Does 50-50 actually work in a relationship?
Boy.
We'll see.
You ever make love to a gangster thug? Yeah.
Shit. You know what I'm saying? Do 50-50 actually work? I'm gonna get my part, but who gonna go first? Me or you?
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first, because I can piggyback off of you. Then I can say what I can do.
Okay, so I think like 50-50 can work in a relationship with no problem. I don't see why it wouldn't work. I don't feel like it takes away from, you know, a man's protect and provide. I don't feel like it takes away from anything. I personally am just not one of those people that can like sit at home and just take care of the house. Like, I'll do that, no problems, but I have to go out and get money. Like, I can't just not sit at home. Like, I wasn't raised that way.
You can go get your money, but like, why not save your money? You know what I'm saying? Like,
What do you mean save
like
money?
you can go get your money. So it's like, we know, okay, you don't want to be at home, you want to get your money. But like 50-50 relationship is like bills, groceries, you know,
Right.
like stuff like that. Like,
Right. But I feel like for people who think it doesn't work are the people who enjoy sitting at home and just taking care of the household.
okay, I was missing that.
You know what I mean? Like, people that just, how the man works and pays the bills and the woman takes care of the household. Like, that's what I'm saying. For people who feel like you can't do both, or how 50-50 might not work, I think you could do either one. Like, I personally wasn't raised to not work and pay bills. So coming into a relationship, you know, you and I go 50-50 right now, and it works for you and I. If down the road, maybe you and I come to like conversation where
Technically, we don't go 50-50.
we don't split the bills,
We split the bills. I mean,
and you buy groceries, and that's pretty much it. But we split the bills, and you pay your car insurance and
Right.
whatever, and I
Right.
pay mine. But that, I feel like that's also because we're not married. You know, a lot of things are combined when you're married. Under like car insurances are under one name or under both names, which means you guys pay as a unit. Like, some couples might pay, like the man might pay the rent and the woman might pay for the cars. Like, and you know, you guys go grocery shopping together. I just don't feel like it can't not work. I feel like as long as you communicate through your finances, it shouldn't be an issue.
yeah, I don't.
Like, obviously you and I have separate bills because we're not married, so a lot of our things are separate anyways. But as far as like the household goes, like, we pay rent and utilities together. You pay for groceries and I cook, and you cook sometimes and we both clean. Like, I just don't think that going 50-50 necessarily takes away from what a man is supposed to do or what a woman is supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe when people get married, like, finances change, and they're either, like, you know, hey, I'll do this one by myself, and you do this one, and I'll do this, and you do that. I still feel like it goes 50-50 because, I don't know, I just can't.
I mean, yeah, in a sense it goes 50-50 because, like, she has some valid points, like, technically, since we're not married, you know what I'm saying, by law, you know, we just girlfriend and boyfriend, so technically we're just roommates. So, like, that could be another reason why, like, couples go 50-50, like, maybe because, like, since there's, like, no real, like,
combination?
You know, combination of things going on, you know what I'm saying? It might be like, okay, we gotta split this. Now, I figure if they was married, then, you know, probably things will change. Like, you know, the guy probably, you know, gotta provide and protect. And I understand all that, especially with kids and coming and all that. You know what I'm saying? This is like, but if you could do it, do it. Like, we don't have a problem doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we do go like, half on bills, 50-50 on utilities, you know what I'm saying? I do get the groceries and all that, but like, some people probably like take pride in doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, or some people probably like got an issue with not doing that, or got an issue with doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like me and you like got an okay like relationship where like,
we know what works for us.
we know what works for us. There's no ego being thrown. We're not looking at it in any type of way. We're just helping right now. Now, like, later on in the future, yeah, things might change where I might have to take care of everything. And that's fine. That's not an issue. But I'm just saying, like, right now, we're in a place, like, like, it's fine for us. As she stated, as a person, as a human being, like, she enjoyed going out and getting her own money and putting money on the table. So it's like, some things you gotta let a person do if they find that comfortable. So I feel like 50-50 is okay. And again, like, technically in real, like, it's like, I don't really know, like, 50. I don't think no relationship is really, like, 50. You know?
I don't know. I feel like it changes when you're married because everything goes into combination. And then everything becomes you and I together. Like, it's not 50-50 at the moment necessarily because you have separate bills that I don't contribute to. And I have my own bills that you don't contribute to. Because once you get married, your medical insurance, your car insurance,
we're not 50-50, Cope.
No, not outside of those things. But as far as the rent and utilities go, we pay them together.
Yeah.
It's not like you come home and pay the rent by yourself and the utilities by yourself and the groceries by yourself, and I just cook and clean and go to work and don't pay no contribution to anything in this household and just pay my bills. That's not what we're doing. The reason it's not 100% 50-50 is because of that. Because we're not combined onto things. Once you get married, everything becomes, like, combined. Medical insurance, car insurance, like...
Right.
All of those things are all on one, on top of rent and utilities.
So when it comes combined, do that mean one person, do that mean just the man has to take care of that then?
No.
Because now that's his deal?
No, it's not his. It's ours. What I'm saying is
we're not speaking like us.
What I'm saying is like, what works for us now is what we're doing. Technically, we're not necessarily going 50-50, 100%, but once you get married, we can talk about finances and what works for you and I for those bills. Like, if it's like let me use an example. Like, I know a married couple where he pays the rent and utilities, and she pays for the cars and the medical insurance.
Mhm.
That's technically, though, 50-50.
That's 50-50. So
Right.
they split that up.
Right.
Right.
But as far as speaking on just like those utilities that we have together, we split them together because we're not married.
All right. So if we was married.
Yes.
If we was married and you had a car note, is it my responsibility to pay your car note, or is it your responsibility?
No, it would technically be my responsibility. What I'm saying is like, and that's where we would communicate down the line, like, okay, I'll pay for these, and you pay for this. Car notes, I don't know if you can technically have combined car notes because you might have a different car from a different dealer, and I have a car from a different dealer. Like, that might still
That's
be
not
separate.
what I'm saying.
I don't know.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you have a car note, period. It doesn't matter if we got a car note from different locations or not.
I'm not going to make that
not?
your responsibility. No, I would not make that your responsibility. That's not what I would do for me. Like, my car note would still be for my car note. Our car insurance would be combined together, and that could be something I pay by myself, and you pay the rent and utilities, and we still end up meeting in the middle as far as finances. Does that make sense? Like, so the rent and utilities will equivalent me paying car insurance and a car note. Now, I don't really know because we're not married, so it's like I don't know how to talk about finances for marriage because we do everything outside of this household separately. Like, your car note and your car insurance you pay for. My car note and my car insurance I pay for. But once you get married, those things become one.
Right.
So then you and I would go down the road and deal with it then and be like, okay, so should we still do this 50-50 thing, or should you do these bills and I'll do these ones?
Right. I do want to make this. I do want to say this though.
I don't know.
I just looked at another YouTube people, a couple or family or whatever, and they was talking. And they said 50-50 wasn't working because it was causing problems. Like, and not so much as like arguing and all that type of stuff. It was more like, I don't want to go to the grocery store without you. I don't want to go shop without you. You know what I'm saying? So like part of that, like with us, like we don't got that problem.
Yeah.
Like I can go to the store, she can go to the store. Like she can cook, I can cook.
I clean, he'll clean.
I clean all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, if it don't call us, if it's not causing us a problem or like we're kind of like confused, then it's like.
It's like that phrase, like, what's not broke.
Yeah, don't break it. Don't break it or some shit like
don't
that.
fix it. If it's not broke, don't break it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't break it. So we got a nice routine. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, like, when you and I were to be married, finances change.
If we was to become married, then
outside of like rent and utilities, obviously, like, because then everything kind of goes combined, like, and then you and I could conversate on those bills and figure out what works for your finances and mine.
So is this the conclusion?
I don't know, I guess.
No, like I'm saying, like, since we're not married, we split everything because we're not one technically.
We split the household bills. We don't split other things.
But if you get married, those things probably is going to change.
Yeah, because then technically, like, you're together. But I think it's also cheaper when you're married because you're doing it together, so it's probably not as much money anyways. Like, but yeah, that's going to change because now we're on one car insurance bill together.
Mm.
We're on one medical bill together.
I get it.
And the rent and utilities together. The only thing that I don't know about is car notes because I don't know how that works. So, like, that would be a conversation we would have to have. Like, okay, so do you pay your car note and you pay the rent and utilities and I pay my car note and the car and medical insurance? And it end up being equivalent, you know what I'm saying, in a money amount where we're now 50-50, 100%.
All right, with that being said, give us your input. You know, does 50-50 actually work for a relationship? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it does, you know, depending on the people, you know. Man, you know, some don't. Some men want to take all the responsibility. Some women don't want to let their men take all the responsibility. Some women want their men to take all the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of type of ways to this, you know what I'm saying? But our way is cool, you know what I'm saying? Like she was saying.
Yeah, right now
good with
we
M
got
bills, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got M bills we do together, then we got our bills we do alone.
Yeah, and that's just
what it is.
That's just what it is, because nothing's combined, because we're not married. So things will change when we get married, and we'll address it when that day comes.
All right, with that being said, please do your boy a huge favor, Ren.
Like and subscribe.
That way.